So now I'm going to show you how to save the file in order to get credit for the workshops, and then also how to save the file in order to send your own file off to the printer. And that should bring us to the end of the tutorials. Hopefully you remember how to submit a print job. But it's quick. I'll just go through it now. So what we're going to do first we want to bring back all of the layers that we made invisible. So I'm going to go over to my layer panel. I'm actually going to make my screen a touch bigger. And I'm going to click on the places where the eyeballs go. Just click along. The other thing that you can do is if you click and drag, it will actually make them all visible or invisible at the same time. So that's kind of a handy trick if you want to go faster. But either way, you want to get the eyeballs showing back up on your layer panel here. And then all your objects are right back here where they belong. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go to, because we want to save this as a different document title. So we're going to save it. We're going to go to File, Save As, and we're going to name this A4. And we're going to click Save, click OK, and then we're going to upload this document to the drive in the appropriate folder. So if we go into Drive, you go into Turn In. We're on Project 02 now, and then you just put it in the tutorials folder here. So you can drop it right in there. And it's the PS-A folder, but within the 02 folder this time. Okay. So you want to put your file into that folder, and then you'll get credit for the tutorials. So then the next thing that you want to know how to do is you want to be able to save this file so that the print shop can print it off, okay? Because we haven't printed anything from Photoshop just yet. So what you're going to do in that case is you're going to go to File, Save As again. And do remember that when you save in this way, it will not retain all your layers. So if you have not saved it as a .psd before you do this, do that first. I've had several students in the past save this for print, but then they printed off for the progress critique, and then it hadn't saved it as a PSD as well, and then they're not able to edit it further, and they actually have to kind of start over and do over a lot of the stuff that they had done previously. So you always want to make sure you're saving your file as a PSD document whenever you're working in Photoshop, and save it often. The computers can freeze up at times, so if you've been working for half an hour, you can actually just press Command S and it will save it just as you're working. Okay, so make sure that you're saving your document as a PSD. I cannot emphasize that enough. So once you've done that, once you've saved it as a PSD, then you can go in and save it for printing. Okay, and so what we're going to do is we're going to select Photoshop PDF here, and we're going to deselect layers. This makes this file size smaller, which the print shop appreciates. They like files to be as small as possible because then they print faster. Okay, and we want them to be happy, so we're going to do this. Okay, so we deselect layers here, and we click Save. Okay. Then you will get this dialog box, and there's a lot of different options here, but the only thing that we need to focus on is under Options, Preserve Photoshop Editing Capabilities, and you want to make sure that also is deselected. Again, this makes the file smaller so that it prints faster. Okay, and then you're going to press Save PDF. Okay. If you didn't get that window for some reason, it's because you didn't select Photoshop PDF from the Format drop-down menu. And so then it will have saved that PDF document where I told it to, which was actually right in the folder with everything else that I've been working on, right there on my flash drive. Okay, and so then what I'm going to do is first of all, I'm going to double check my file size. Okay, I might have even wanted to do that before I saved it as a PDF, but what I'm going to do, you can actually check it after it's been created as a PDF. I was just checking if that would open the right window, but it didn't. So we'll actually just check the PDF right here in Photoshop. So what we're gonna do then is we're going to take that PDF that we've created and we're gonna drag it down to the Photoshop icon, which will open it up. You'll notice that all the layers have been compressed, that's why you might come up to a problem later, is if that's the only version you have of your file, you can't actually edit this anymore. So we have this PDF open. You can only see one layer here. You want it to go to image, image size. You want to make sure your resolution was set to 180 and that your width is somewhere in the range of 11 by 17. Okay, mine is actually slightly too big, which the print shop tends to not like. So I'm actually going to change this to 11 right here, and my resolution went up just a touch because I didn't have resample image selected, but that's fine. Your resolution can go up just a touch. It's not actually changing the amount of pixels, and that's what's important. Okay, so when my height is 11, then my width is 16.5 pretty much. So my document's going to be a little bit too short for the document requirements, but if it's just a slight bit too short, that's not a problem. Okay, so I'm going to click OK, and then I'm going to press Command S to save it, and then it'll just update that file there. And once it's done saving, now I can go to Copyworks, Hope College, and it's usually the first thing that comes up on the Google search. If you know another way to get there, just use that. Submit a print order, log in. I'm going through this more quickly because we've already done this part already. Okay, so if you have to pause to keep up, that's fine. Please do that. All right, so we're gonna log in. Then when we get to the login, you'll see this screen. Okay, you won't have to fill out all that information that you filled out the first time. And if you do see this screen, then you know it's a go-ahead for clicking on New Order, Printing Order, and this time, instead of booklets, we're just going to select Color Ink Copies, okay? And we're going to select 11 by 17, all right? Then for the title, we can type in movie poster, number of copies. If you want one for your room and you want to turn in one to me, you could put 2, but otherwise you probably could just put 1. It's a one-sided document. There's one original. The ink is color. And stock style is text. Stock weight, all these things can just remain the same, 28, bright smooth. And then I can press continue here. And then I'm not going to have any of this stuff, so I can just leave binding none, hole punches none, collating. I can put, well, it doesn't even let me click that because I only have one page. All right. Special instructions, you actually don't have any for this one, so you can just go ahead and press continue. Attach a file, yes. You're going to browse. You're going to find that PDF. You're going to click open. You're going to attach the file. And then you're going to look at the document and make sure that it's correct. And I actually selected the wrong document, so I'm going to close this out. I'm going to remove it. And I'm going to find the right file. Let's see, it's in my flash drive. And there it is. Okay, there we go, perfect. Okay, now I'm gonna attach this file. That's why you always wanna check your file uploads, because then you can find out, oh, nope, I selected the wrong thing. That's not what I want printed. Okay, and so once it's done, kind of uploading the file, then I'll be able to see the document. One thing you definitely want to check for is to make sure that the document is all contained on one page. If you accidentally save your document as a JPEG, it will split it into 2 different pages, so that's a signifier that you should go back, save it as a PDF, and then upload it. Okay, so now I can close this, it looks good. I can press continue. Okay, and billing, whatever you want to select here is fine. You can pay in cash. It should be about 18 cents, right? Pretty cheap, all right? And you're gonna click finish, but I'm not going to because I don't want to actually print this, all right? So that is how you save a file and send it off to the print shop for printing. So you're gonna want to do this for both the progress critique and for the final critique. So you will print this document off twice, all right? 2 different times. And that's how you do it.